Hello everybody and welcome to some exciting Bionicle 2016 news. I'm Meso and it's been a while since we've had some cool Bionicle news that was worth reporting on. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. Some new pictures of the 2016 sets have come out and it's a little unclear as to what exactly they are, but some updated pictures of the boxes, pretty crisp, decently high quality, posted on a shop site that will be linked in the description below for your viewing pleasure. They still have watermarks, and that's one of the reasons for the uncertainty as to what these are exactly, so they won't be in the video, but you can find them for yourself if you just search them up. The main point of contention with these images, I guess not really contention, more or less like general uncertainty, is are these still prototype? Are they finalized? Who knows, because the poses and whatnot are generally the same. The sets mostly are the same. Not exactly, there are some differences, but mostly they're the same. However, they also still have the preliminary confidential watermarks. But again, there are some differences, and the boxes have a nice little green splash design at the top of the box, and the Mask of Control looks different than on the prototype boxes that we saw briefly in the catalog leaks from a while back. So it's just pretty strange. Until further notice, I'm going to say that these sets are definitely closer to what the final product will be, if not the final product themselves that just has a watermark for some reason that is yet to be removed. Because there are a number of differences. Some that I'm going to highlight right now, and some of the most notable ones include Onua, Uniter of Earth. Instead of having black large armor on his upper legs, he now has transparent purple armor shells with the gold piston piece on the sides, much like Tahu from 2015. Had a very similar thing. All the masks have more pronounced, and honestly a little bit better looking silver blends to them, and all of the gold variants of their masks have a nice blend of their transparent elemental color, which was only seen before in great detail. I think it was there, but it just wasn't all that visible. It was mainly seen on Tahu, but now we can clearly see it on the rest of the masks, and it looks really pretty cool, gotta say. All their Nuva symbols are clearly visible, or at least interpretations of them. They're clearly meant to be the Nuva symbols, but they may not be pixel by pixel accurate representations. We've been over that before in the past. There's a couple other differences, namely that Tahu's armor actually connects properly. It's not floating in midair. He appears to have what I think are blue Borak eyes on his legs, and this isn't new. This was seen in the poster from a while back that had Motonui on it, but now it's on an actual picture of the set itself. It appears to be transparent blue Borak eyes connected to the sides of his feet, which appear to bring out the blue highlight color that's seen in his torso, which is a pretty interesting decision. I kind of like it. It adds some visual contrast, so I'm not complaining in the slightest. Kopaka. Kopaka has been changed slightly, and this is one of the reasons that makes me think these are finalists, because recently some of the sets, I think actually just Kopaka and Melum, were shown off at Brick Fair, New Jersey, and photography was not allowed, so nobody was able to snap a picture, but supposedly the final variant of Kopaka has silver hilts on his sword, in contrast to the prototype variant, which had gold. And this version of Kopaka has silver. So, that's one of the reasons that makes me think that this is more finalized. And it also, you can clearly see his Vorax/Skrull armor is silver and not white. The dark blue/Metro blue forearms that Kopaka has are very prevalent. You can clearly see that. And I'll be honest, this is purely subjective, but I kind of like the silver hair on him. It works with his color scheme and it looks cool. The mask itself looks very well designed. Let's see if there's any other noticeable changes. Umarak looks roughly the same. I do not actually think he's been changed all that much. I hope his mask remains that color and not the silvery blend that it was in Lego Club. Hopefully that was just a rendering error. The Mask of Control has been changed substantially again from its prelim version, which was already a departure from the animations. And I'll be honest, I don't like this version at all. It looks flat, looks devoid of much interest. The sides especially, it's like they they have nothing to them. They're super thin. In general, I do not like it one bit. I figure we'll talk about that more in the next podcast, because that's just my opinion. But, so, not really of merit to this news video. Gali. You can clearly see a lot more from Gali. As far as, has anything been changed about her specifically? Not really sure on that regard. Don't really think so. You can click to the other end of her weapon this go around, and you can see that it has a chain of some kind that comes off it and flails around. She appears to have Kylo Ren's lightsaber piece from the Star Wars 2016 Ultra builds, which connects the little silver blades to the other side of her weapon. So that's cool. That's getting some use. I think before there was some speculation about whether the scroll armor on her upper left leg was angled to the side or the front, but here we can clearly see it's angled to the front, which is going to be interesting to see for sure. But I kind of like that better than if it was angled to the side, because it would have to come off via a socket, and it would look really gappy unless they put some pieces behind the Vorok's armor to cover it up. So I think that's the best decision they could have made. And then, honestly, one of the last things I'll talk about, because, there may be a few subtle differences here and there that I'm not seeing, but in general, most of the other sets look to be the same, especially the creatures. So feel free to point out any differences if you notice any. Just keep in mind these still may not be the final variant. They may just be further along in development, or further back, who knows really, but I don't think so. The final thing I'll mention is on Pohatu Uniter of Stone. We can get a pretty good look at how the torso is constructed just by looking at, him, because he's angled to the side. And obviously it's dark, and obviously we can't see everything perfectly, but I can kind of begin to get an idea, because I see they're using Hordika necks to attach the arms, and that's a standard practice for mocking. It's nothing new. But it's cool to see a technique like that actually used in the LEGO set. Quite honestly, that is all I have to talk about today. What are your thoughts? Do you think these are the final sets? Do you think these are still prototype? Are you looking forward to actually seeing the final pictures to know for certain, considering how long it's been? I know I sure am. Currently, it's November 12th when I'm recording this. So if last year is any indication, these sets should be available for purchase in early to mid-December, I would say. If not around Christmas time or slightly after, if LEGO feels like delaying their release. But it's high time we see pictures of these sets, so I'm glad that something is leaking, even if it's not inconclusive. So feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below, or go ahead and post them up on the TTV Message Boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. And stay tuned to TTV for the latest and greatest Bionicle 2016 news as it happens. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.